Hello, cosmic souls, and thank you so much for being here today. Why it's so important to feel your feelings, to release them, because if you don't, you end up bleeding all over the people you love. And it comes out in ways that are so repressed and not comfortable to others around you. I know for a long time when I was like 19 and 20, 21, I had a really hard time expressing my feelings. I was, in my toxic masculinity energy where it would come off in ways that wasn't communicated because I was afraid to share. I was afraid to cry, especially in front of people. And right now with my grandma not doing so well and we're gathered as a family being there for her, I took a little bit of time to come make this video. And because we think she's on her final days, my little brother today was actually at the gym and my mom was like, hey, can you call him? Because the hospice person was saying this may be it pretty soon in the next few hours. It hasn't happened yet, so we're good. However, I messaged my little brother because my mom asked me to, and I communicated to him, I suggest you take this opportunity that you come see grandma right now so that way you don't have any regret later. And I also let my little brother know, I know you're dealing with this in your own way. And I shared with him, I know for me, this is something I know I can look back on and know that I dealt with it in a way that was best for me, putting my time where I wanted to, being there for my grandma. And he messages me back and he says, I'm going to block you, stop messaging me. And I'm like, okay, that's weird. I know when he's at the gym, like he's weird about people texting him. However, like, I don't know, like he's, between, I don't know what's going on. I decided to give him the opportunity to realize how I felt because like this is a serious situation. We literally think she only has like an hour or 2 or 3 maybe left. We don't know. Hospice guy is pretty adamant that he's seen this before, although my grandma's going in these waves. So I let him know like, hey, you really become an asshole when and I meant it in a loving way. Like I tell him how it is because he's my little brother. Like you really become an asshole when important things like this come up. And I know he's repressing this energy and suppressing it, his feelings and emotions, and he's dealing with it the best way he can. And then I told him, I'm not going to condone this, and I'm really tired of your attitude. Mom wanted me to message you. If you keep seeing me go like this, it's because my camera keeps falling down. Anyway, and then I told him that, right? And he says, IDC, which means I don't care. And it's like, that's messed up. Like, and then the other day when my dad came to visit, my little brother went to go see him outside as we're all in the nursing home with my grandma, sitting with her. He went to my dad first, and it was again the first time I've seen my dad in like 7 years. So my little brother lives with him half the time when he's not living with my mom. And here we go again with the camera. this camera's driving me nuts. And he hugged my dad, and my little brother started crying and tearing up. So clearly, he's suppressing a lot of the energy and a lot of the feelings that he's actually feeling. This like pre-grief situation. I've been trying to be there for my little brother. He has a hard time opening up. So I know this the best way he knows how to handle this, and I'm not really taking it to heart because essentially what I'm doing is I'm reflecting to him the things that he's suppressing and not comfortable with facing himself, which is the feelings. And maybe I'm assuming this. However, it does seem like every time I've tried to communicate with him, like, hey, how are you? How are you feeling? He really backs away, and he's just like, I feel neutral. Like, what is there to feel? Those are exact words in quotes. Anyway, he's bleeding all over me, and I understand. And I did have the intention type conversation, like intention, by saying to him like, hey, you are being an asshole when this type of stuff happens, and I'm tired of your attitude. I guess we're just gonna hold my phone. Anyway, my point is through this, because I'm watching my little brother suppress his emotions and he's responding and reacting in a way that's like not good for me. And it's like, dude, all right, you do this a lot with your emotions, and I get it. You're young. Like, I used to be like you. However, you've had me this whole time to guide you. And for me, it's like, it kind of sucks because I'm like, I don't know what's going on. And every time he's had like a breakup or something serious, He always comes to me, and like I'm giving him the best advice. You know, when he cries, I hug him. Sometimes it's interesting though, because sometimes I have to actually hug him and hold him, and then he starts crying, because that's how much of his feelings he's suppressing. And I don't know why it's like that for him. I know, you know, from growing up in this dysfunctional family, that's what happened to me. And I've given him every opportunity, and I create the opportunities and hold space for him to be able to show his emotions, and he does when it's like his last stand. I worry about like how this will affect him later in the future, because I know I had to go through a huge spiritual awakening and really see how this stored suppression of feelings is also affecting me and leading me to such a deep depression that I couldn't find happiness with anything. And even when I had a really good high-paying job, I still wasn't happy. I didn't find happiness in the money. Like, it was like I left that because I wasn't happy, and I recognized it. Like, this wasn't making me happy. I was like 19 years old, and I made my first $5,000 paycheck in 2 weeks, right? And I'm like, damn, dude, I really did it. But I knew there was in a deep way, like this, that didn't fix anything. That didn't fix anything in my life. That was what I was heading towards, is just don't suppress this, because you bleed all over people. Bleeding all over the people you love and care about, and it's bad for you, all right? So do the best that you can with where you are in the moment and how you can be the fullest expression of yourself, all right? Love and light vibration out. Much love. Bye.